I don't think I can pretend any longer. I don't think I can act like I believe they would in any way lose to us. I don't think human beings versus Yautja would even be a fight. I don't even think they deserve to be in the same sentence together when it comes to battles. Now, a lot of people are going to say, Zaffy, it's a movie, bro. We gotta have the humans have a chance, otherwise there's no movie. Alright, the Predators aren't these indestructible gods. They can be beaten, and that's established. Okay, fine. I'm gonna say this right now. The harder it is for a Yautja to kill, the more overpowered they are compared to the humans, the better the movie! And it's been proven many, many times. Alright? Besides the upgrade Predator. Fuck that thing. I watched Predator Killers of Killers again. And I said to myself, the Yautja in here, some of them are losing way too easily. For my liking. Some of them are pretty badass, don't get me wrong. And there are certain ways to kill Yautja that are pretty smart. But all in all, I'm tired of seeing the Yautja whooped up by humans. And I'm tired of acting like that would happen. And I'm tired of acting like the plot armor isn't becoming an issue for the writing. We need to address this. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you should do a Predator versus human fight in the future, right? First things first, the Predator tech is light years beyond us. Literally. It's beyond us. Even at ancient times. In the most ancient times there are, they have ships that can do interstellar space travel. Let's just be clear about that. They have ships that can transport their own here and then cloak themselves away. Okay? In ancient times, they have invisibility tech, energy tech, laser beam tech, all this shit. Craziest bombs I've ever seen in my life too, by the way. Sonic boom thrusters, whatever. In ancient times. And it's rapidly evolving every single time period, adapting to every human they hunt. And you're telling me that we would even stand a chance 20, 30 years after they first set down here? The fuck? Hell no. In 2018's Predator, it's established they even use wormholes to get from one side of the universe to the other. They can shoot out wormholes, y'all, like it's nothing! And you're telling me humans stand a fucking chance. Not only that, their helmets, besides infrared and X-ray sense or whatever the hell it is like, that's just the tip of the iceberg of what these things can do. They can retrace your steps. They can see all the data that you saw. And then they have control over their own weapons with the helmet. Like, they're OP as fuck. There's not a lot that humans can realistically do to a Yautja. I don't think human weapons stand a chance. Yes, the Yautja can bleed, of course. But their tech is so many levels above ours that I don't even know if a gun would or should be able to even get at them. A lot of people are going to say, Zaffy, well, the whole point of Predators is they're obviously not going to take all the tech they've used, including wormhole creators, and bring them on here because there's a thrill of the hunt. There's a whole warrior code, honor code that they have. If they were to use all their technology and just freaking grill through us easily, that would defeat the purpose of the hunt. Okay? They like to be honorable in the way they fight. They're not going to use every single weapon at their disposal. They're going to use the ones that are attuned to the person they're fighting. It's all about honor. Otherwise, the honor wouldn't exist and the warrior culture would go to shit. Let's talk about that flimsy honor code, which is more flimsy than Stephen Hawking's call. Let's talk about that. Do you know that there are literally sects of predators, the Bad Bloods, which make up a large part of it, and they infiltrate the jungle clan? There are sects of Yautja who don't even believe that giving the prey a chance in a fight is worth it. Bad Blood predators are students of the teachings of Nightstorm, the devil predator, the one that most jungle predators call Satan. And he said, if you want to give a prey a chance in an honorable fight, that's a fucking sign of weakness. You don't give a prey a chance, you stomp on them immediately the moment you get the chance so you can prove how much more powerful and superior you are. That's what they do, that's what they believe, that's literally a fact. You're telling me that these brothers are losing to a human? They don't give a shit about honor. We have predators like him, Falconer, being a bad blood by the way, who will have an honorable fight. A sword fight, where he's not using any of his other tech, and he's allowing the human to actually get up. He's not kicking a man when he's down. But then you have him, in the first Predator movie, who gets shot with the plasma beam, point blank behind his back. The Predator shot him in the back while he was invisible. Is that an honorable fight? Is that honorable? If anything, the Bad Blood was more honorable there. This wasn't even a fight. He just like, cool, I'm gonna shoot it. He had all the advantages here. Superior tech, had him point blank, done. There wasn't even a fight leading into this. But when it comes to Arnold, he just shoots him in the arm, shoots his gun out, and just lets him get away. It's like they're picking and choosing what's worth being honorable for. right? There's no singular honor code that works in all cases. They're carefully selecting cases. So that makes you question, what is considered really honorable to these predators? Because they all act very differently with their prey. Now, you could say, okay, Zafy, well, clearly in every movie, they scout for the best targets, the ones that will put up the best fight. They literally single that one out. Yes, you're right. The main characters are always singled out every time. But here's the thing. In Prey, who was the most efficient killer? It was not Naru. It was her brother. Her brother was putting a whooping on this dude in a 1-to-1 fight. Naru was hiding behind a fucking tree, while her brother was shooting arrows into this dude, whooping his ass, putting a skill clinic on him. Logically, he is identified as the apex predator that the predator can fight. What does a Yautja do here? He cloaks himself and backstabs the brother. Not honorable at all. And then would have killed Naru if the brother didn't stab his leg and distract him. There's no, oh, let me wait and identify the best killer so we can have one-to-one fight. There wasn't any of that here. This brother was like, I'm gonna kill all these mofos, I don't care. That's you get what I mean now. The honor code is very inconsistent across all the Yautja. It seems to me that some predators are honorable and a lot of them seemingly are not. So this whole bullshit where, okay, of course they're not going to use their great tech because they're trying to have a proper hunt, an honorable hunt. Bullshit! We clearly just established that not all the Yautja care about honor. That's a very, very loose term among all the Yautja, right? With that logic, nothing is stopping them from using much more of their proper tech and just annihilating us off the face of the planet. Some of these predators don't even care about having an honorable fight. They just want to kill all of us. Hence the bad bloods, most of them at least, except for Falconer, and the dumbass arrogant predator from Prey. Now, they evolve weapons every single time period. Against every single opponent, they come back stronger, right? You're telling me they have been on Earth centuries prior to fighting Arnold. Multiple centuries. And yet they just now figured out that there's a weakness to mud. Their infrared sensors can't detect mud. You're telling me that they have fought feudal Japan in the samurai era, Viking era. They have fought against Naru in whatever the 1800s, whatever. And you're telling me Arnold was the only one to put mud on his face and bypass their infrared sensors? They didn't adapt to that until multiple decades, centuries later? Bullshit! That doesn't make any sense to me, y'all. Arnold was the only one who happened to put mud. You're telling me they haven't fought another person in a fucking forest with mud in it before, right? Fucking hell, man. But one thing that people liked about Predator 2010 is they showed that their biosensors have adapted. Now they can detect your heartbeat if they sense that mud is covering up your body heat, which is still stupid, the fact that their sensors can't get around that. But this is many, many years later. They should have adapted to this way prior to Arnold. Realistically, we're talking... It's a plot hole, come on. Let's talk about the physicality. By the way, I love the Yautja, I love the Predator movies. I'm just bitching and moaning about this one point, because I think if we harp on it, it can make the movies better, okay? Hear me out. Physicality. We're not winning a fight against them. If hands are being thrown... I will make a video about how to beat a predator in the street fight. The problem is Naru already beat me to it because through some extremely godlike plot armor, she was able to do a couple things to the Yautja that make no sense. I'll tell you how to beat one properly, but this is not a fight. If the predator lands on us, we're dead. We're dead. Do you understand that? We're dead. Your character has to be superhuman to survive. A lot of the things that the humans in these movies survive. And that's the thing. A lot of these characters are superhuman. In Predator Killer of Killers, there's a whole samurai part of the thing, which is the ninja stuff was my favorite part of that movie. But the ninjas in that are superhuman. They're beyond Captain America. They're flying off of rooftops, having multiple fights with each other, and then the Yautja comes. And then they're having multiple fights with the Yautja, where they're jumping over him, flipping over him. They're doing multiple flips and shit, running across rooftops all day. And I'm saying to myself, this is cool, like in an animated form this is cool, but in live action it would start to not make sense because you'd wonder, first of all, they get injured doing half of the stuff prior to the predator coming, and against the predator, I'm sorry guys, if you're not gassing out in the course of a 15-minute fight, especially against a predator who's ripping people apart, shooting chains at you, shurikens, all that stuff, I don't know what to tell you, you're fucking superhuman. Olympic level athletes couldn't even do that. The stuff that these ninjas were doing. The Viking lady literally took this big-ass predator underwater, cold-ass water, which should have frozen her to death, to be honest. Or at least given her pneumonia or some shit. And she was able to chain it and use its sonic boom on it. Like, she was able to fucking almost out-grapple it with a chain in the water. And the excuse is, oh, it's a slow, big-ass predator. We've established in the Predator universe that big predators can be fast. Hence the upgrade Predator. I know he had gene splicing and had a bunch of different DNA, but still, I don't buy the fact that YAUTJA are not agile. They are, even the biggest one of them. A normal-sized YAUTJA is way bigger than us. He's way bigger, weighs way more, like hundreds of pounds more. They're not fucking slow. These creatures jump from trees to trees, tracking us. They're not slow. Even the big ones are not slow, okay? Naru is beyond peak human in the fight with the YAUTJA. She not only gets done fighting 20 Frenchmen and whooping their asses. Crazy, first of all. But this 110-pound girl is jumping from tree to tree on top of the YAUTJA, then jumping from tree, flipping over the tree while the YAUTJA's jumping at her and causing the YAUTJA to cut off his own arm. Not only that, she rips off its mandible like it's nothing. The mandible is not an easy thing to do that to. Do you understand that? This woman has unlimited cardio, full-on crazy agility and flexibility and superhuman strength. People say, oh, she was trained and conditioned since she was young. She's such a good hunter. That makes no sense. You're telling me a woman who is trained to hunt deer and multiple things in the woods, who's very good with an axe and has a dog helping her, has unlimited cardio and superhuman strength? This is fundamentally does not comport with reality. Oh, it's a movie, Zafy. It's plot armor. Plot armor is annoying. Plot armor does not make this good. That's not a good excuse. Plot armor actually, if anything, makes it worse. Predator 2010. Another inconsistency within physicality, by the way. What happens? The Berserker Predator punches the shit out of Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody should have gotten his face crushed just by the punches, but we're going to get to that later. This Predator is about to go for the killing blow on Adrian Brody. She shoots him. Elisa Braga's character shoots him with a sniper rifle through the chest, okay? And the Predator is fucked because of this. So he has to turn around and shoot her with his blades. And he's so incapacitated that he gives his back to Adrian Brody, who recovers from the punches he took from Predator in time to grab an axe and start killing him, basically. This makes no sense. Because I witnessed the City Predator in Predator 2 take multiple shotgun shells to the chest and stomach. Multiple. Not just one sniper rifle bullet. No, he took multiple shotgun shells, close range, point blank to the chest, and got up and proceeded to brawl with our main character across a city, running and jumping from rooftops. But the YAUTJA is so badly incapacitated from a sniper. Now you can argue, oh well, the shot from a sniper rifle is way more powerful than a shotgun blast. 7 shotgun blasts? You're telling me this guy took 7 of them? Something's got to give, y'all. And this guy's supposed to be way stronger than a normal predator, by the way. Way bigger, way stronger, way more dense. No fucking sense at all. And then Adrian Brody just decapitates him. Okay? One gunshot left him open so badly that he gave his back up, and Adrian Brody was like, wham, wham. Adrian Brody, way skinnier than Arnold, took an axe and wham, ha, ha, hacked him up. Because that's how incapacitated this dude was. It would never happen. The only way humans should win is by this, okay? We've seen it in movies where they outsmart the YAUTJA using their own tech. That's good. That's a good idea. Naru did this well when she used the Predator's laser caster thing against him by taking his mask. She figured out the mask is the thing that directs the arrow thing of his, and she shot him in the head with it. That's a good idea. The problem is that happened after she had a full-on fight with the Predator, which she shouldn't have survived at all. He fell into every trap she laid perfectly. That's plot armor, folks. One thing I loved about the feudal Japan part of the Predator Killers is the Predator is using a chain. He's using a chain to kill mofos. So they took one of his bombs and put it in the chain that he retracts back into his sleeve or whatever, and it blew him the fuck up. Smart. Again, they're superhuman ninjas. They shouldn't have survived till that point. They should have at least gassed out and got killed before that, realistically. But whatever. Plot armor. Of course, they're our main characters. They have to move on to the last act. It's a smart maneuver. I think it's done best in the first Predator movie. This is why this is part of the reason, at least, why this movie's so fucking classic. It's the best one of the series, right? Because it makes the most sense. This is the only time where I truly believe that YAUTJA was intentionally toying with Arnold and letting him live so he could have a proper fight with him. There's not a single time other than Falconer where that's been done. To think it over. Predator 2. Okay, maybe you could argue Predator 2, they did something similar, but Predators, the Bad Bloods were trying to kill you no matter what. Berserker, the main one, Mr. Black, he was trying to kill Adrian Brody with everything he had. No excuse. Prey, that arrogant little muppet, was trying to kill everything. He was killing wolves, snakes, everything. He didn't care about honor. I don't care about it. Don't even get me started on the fucking upgrade Predator from 2018. Yes, he gave them time to go into a forest, but every time he would grab onto one of our main characters, instead of stabbing him right there, he would throw them away. And he's not even after. The only person he's actually after, in terms of an honor code point of view, was the little boy, the autistic kid. He didn't need to keep his father or any of the other characters alive, but he did. He just threw them away, and he's like, oh, no, I want the kid. That's plot armor! This is the only time where I'm like, yeah, he's actually toying with him, and he's going to beat him in a fist fight. And the Predator was trying to have a proper fight with him. Arnold should have never survived half of the shots he took, but we're going to get to that later, right? Most of Arnold's traps don't work for the Predator. He's shooting, he's throwing spear bombs, arrow bombs at it. He's trying to do everything he can. It still doesn't work. The Predator has him dead to rights by the end of the movie and allows him to live because he's like, we're going to have a proper fight. I'm going to fuck you up. Wolf style, when he was fighting the Predelian. This chick has no issue with the Predator falling into her traps. It's effortless. The Predator cuts off its own arm, choke slams this chick, and still his blades don't work because he shoots his blade at the wrong point because it's perfectly laid out for her, and she's able to rip out his mandible. Like, everything is working perfectly for her. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Now, people can say, okay, well, some of these Yautja are just arrogant, Zaffy. That's why their hubris kills them. I'm going to be honest. At a certain point, that excuse no longer works for me. Because, yes, that excuse could work with humans, right? Oh, a human's so arrogant, he's going to lose a fight to a superior opponent. The Predator are so much beyond us that even if they're arrogant, I believe they can afford to be. Because it's like it's not the best analogy, but it's like a dude and a fly. A little insect in his room. Yes, he could be arrogant and let it go, and it could bite the shit out of him at night. But eventually, he's just going to fucking kill it. If he has it might be fast, but if he wants to, if he really, really wants to, and he sees it up on a wall, chilling, he gonna kill that bitch. Now, yes, predators and humans are not like humans and flies. I get it, but you know what I mean. I believe predators are superior to the point where even if they're arrogant, they can still fuck us up. They have better tech, better physicality. I believe if they have the tech they do, they're probably smarter than us too. Let's just be real about the situation. They have interstellar space travel. They have known us since the beginning. They have been with us for they've seen us grow. They know our strengths and weaknesses. You're telling me these fuckers can't figure us out by now? And here's the last point. Humans should not be able to take a YAUTJA'S punch. Do you know what the fuck these beings are made of? These people are like 300, 400 pounders. Average. The bigger ones are way heavier, but 300 to 400 pounds. Fast and lean. 300 and 400 pounds. Think about that. But not like in a human sense. Because they're stronger than the Olympic weightlifters that you have on Earth. The strongest people on planet Earth, they're way stronger than that. And they're way more dense. Skin is way more dense. We're not taking a punch from these people. Do you understand that? I saw Adrian Brody and Arnold take punches off them. I let it go because, okay, Arnold's a big jack dude. He realistically would get killed. His jaw would at least be dislocated and he would have huge concussions from the first blow. Taking one punch, okay, fine. Maybe you survive that like Cap survived taking a punch from Thanos, right? 4 to 5 punches I'm seeing these guys take, you're dead. I saw Naru get chokeslammed borderline. Naru, your spine shouldn't even be in your body at that point. I'm seeing people in these movies get thrown and punched by a predator and walk it off. No! That's not happening. You do not understand how much these things weigh and how strong they are. They would nuke us. And I want a Predator movie to figure that out. One thing I'm interested with Badlands is you don't have a dumbass human protagonist that has plot armor that's going to be the Predator, because he's the main character. Yes, you have the synthetic chick, who's probably a villain, by the way. One of them is. But he is not going to lose to a human. What I want to see is a human protagonist getting wrecked and maybe killed by a Predator in his own movie. Now, a lot of you could say, okay, what the hell is that, Zavi? Come on. You want the human protagonist to lose? Why are we acting like there aren't some really great movies where the villain wins? They exist. You can have a human tragically lose to... Hell, man, a lot of the main characters lose in some slasher movies out here, too. You can have the human lose against a Yautja while putting up a good fight. You could have a Yautja die to a human while killing everyone else except for him, and even the guy he kills dies at the same time. I don't want to see Yautja just lose so blatantly anymore to humans, because it wouldn't happen. And I need that to be known. I'm putting this out in the universe. I leave it in your hands. Maybe you don't agree. Maybe humans got this. I just doubt it a little bit. But that's just me. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.